So hello. Yes, anti-manipulation. What are we talking about? Well, as I mentioned in my 40 seconds, when you buy things, are you buying because you want to, or are you buying because they want you to? And how would you know the difference? That's what anti-manipulation is all about. We're going to start off with a little bit of audience participation. Sorry. Of those who are able, if you'd like to just stand up, if you're able, stand up. And I'd like you to close your eyes and point your finger straight ahead. That's it. So if you're able to stand up, close your eyes, point your finger straight ahead, and just move round, twist your whole body round in that direction as far as you can go. Keep your feet planted firmly. Move us around as far as you go. Once you've got as far as you can go, stop, open your eyes, see how far you've gone, and then come back to facing straight forwards again. Now close your eyes, turn all the way around, same direction as far as you can go with your eyes closed, turning around the same direction you did before. With your hand point, still with your fingers pointed out. So basically do exactly the same as you did before. Note once you've got as far around as you can, open your eyes and see how far, notice how far you got that time. And then just come back to normal and sit down. Very good, very good. It's fun watching you all do this. So when you did that, did you notice that the second time you went round, you actually went further than you did the first time? Did anybody find that? Give us a wave or something if you found that. Cool. Yep, a few of you did. Brilliant, brilliant. It's a perfectly natural thing. Absolutely natural for that to happen. All that's happening is the first time we went round, we stretched our muscles a bit. Second time we did it, we're a little bit more supple. We stretch things just a little bit more. We can move that a little bit further around. It's perfectly natural, everyday occurrence. However, imagine if I'd ask you to do that going round once, come back, and I then say, I've got this magic thing. Hold this magic thing in your other hand. This is going to make you more supple. Now move round. And notice how you've got further round this second time. You are holding that magic thing in your hand just for a few seconds and you moved further around. Imagine how supple that's going to make you when you can't wear that or carry that with you the whole time. That is a demonstration which I've actually seen used to sell some tat. They claimed that it makes you more supple, it loosens you up, and they used that demo to show that their tat actually makes you more supple, even though, as we've just seen, it's nonsense. It's a perfectly natural thing. The second time you go around, the further you will generally tend to go. See, that's one of many manipulative techniques out there. It's all about, in that case, it's about using a natural phenomenon that people don't necessarily realize and abusing it and basically blatantly lying in order to sell your stuff. Manipulation is all around us, unfortunately. Now, a question for you. Hands up those who think you could not be manipulated into buying something you do not want. So hands up if you think you could not be manipulated into buying something you did not want. Give us a wave. Nobody's waving. You all think you could be manipulated into buying something you don't want. Interesting, interesting. Often when I ask that question, I get people going, oh, I couldn't be manipulated into buying something I don't want. I only buy things when I need them. And that is very true. And the unscrupulous know this, and they don't try to sell us things we don't want. What they do is they attempt to manipulate us into wanting something, and they then swoop in with an offer that's too good to be true. That's how they manipulate us, by making us actually want something, and they then offer it. So how do they do this? How do they do this? Lots of different ways it can be done. One of the common ways is by manipulating our emotions. When we're in a high emotional state, so we're really high emotional state, logic flies out of the window, goes out of the window. Emotion high, intelligence low, one way to put it. When you're in a highly emotional state, logic goes out the window, which makes it much easier to persuade you that you need to buy a thing. A lot of manipulation is around that. Now, we all know that the whole run to the back of the room, blah, blah, blah. We all know that. We all laugh at it. And yet it works. What's going on there? The run to the back of the room isn't the manipulative part. The manipulation has all come in the build up to that over the whole of the however long the event has been. That's why it works, because what happens is they'll gradually, subtly manipulate you in all manner of different ways. And I'll give you 2 or 3 examples of how they do this. And I've seen these at real events. First, they condition, one of the things they can do is condition you to, when I say run to the back of the room, you run to the back of the room. You don't pause, you don't think, you just run. How do they condition you to do that? They very early on in the event go, hey, you know what? We were at an exhibition up the road yesterday. We got a bunch of books left over. We got 20 copies of the books left over. Don't want to have to fly them back. So you know what? The first 20 people who run to the back of the room now will get that book, get their copy of the book for free. Of course, people are going to get up. They're going to run to the back of the room to get a free book. Why wouldn't you? You've got nothing to lose. What happens? The 21st person reaches the back of the room. Oh, I'm sorry, they were all sold out. Oh, you weren't quick enough. Oh man, that sucks. You just missed out on that. If only you'd been quicker. Oh, doesn't that suck? Really laying it on thick at that point, maybe having a bit of a laugh and a joke about it, but you should have been quicker. Oh, sorry. Already they're seeding in, move quickly, otherwise you'll miss out. They might even, over the course of the event, a few times go, how are you doing? Are you over missing out because you weren't quick enough? You didn't take action quickly. You didn't run quickly. Cool. Really reminding people of what happens if you don't run quickly. They'll then, a massive one that's used is the pit of despair. It's abusing NLP. Basically what you do is you get the person to imagine how awful life is with the problem. So get them to imagine whatever problem they've got, get them to picture themselves 5 years in the future having done nothing about this problem, imagining how awful life is, how it sucks, how bad it is for their family, how bad it is for their friends. Get them picturing having to explain to their families and friends why they didn't bother doing anything about it, and why everybody's life sucks because they didn't do anything. Really get them into this pit of despair about it all. If they can get you crying while you're imagining it, that's a victory for them, because you're really emotionally put you through the ringer. Then they'll throw you a little rope, a little ladder, and say, oh, now what would life be like if you could completely conquer all of that? You could change that around. You didn't end up in that situation. What if there was something you could do that would help you have whatever the positive is? Manipulating the emotions. They got you going, oh God, life will suck. Oh, you mean there's something that will stop it sucking? Yeah, what is it? Tell me. They'll tell you about it. And then they'll throw out a crazy, stupid offer. This is normally £1,997, but for the first 20 people who run to the back of the room, it's £197. Now, the thing was probably always £197. Do they only have 20? Of course not. They'll sell as many as they can get away with, but they've got you emotionally invested in needing this. You now feel you have a need for it. They make the crazy offer. You run to the back of the room to get it. One final thing you'll see them often abusing. They'll, throughout the event, say, you know what, if you have any questions, go speak to one of our crew. The crew will take your question. They'll say, oh, I don't know the answer. Go back to your seat. I'll find it out and I'll get you later. Just before the main sale comes on, the crew will go up to the person, say, oh, I've got the answer. Just come to the back of the room with me and we'll explain the answer. And they go over it. If you look around, there's 20, 30, 40 people that they've done this to. So when the person announces, hey, we've got only 20 of these, run to the back of the room, people can already see there's like 20, 30 people there. So, oh my God, I better run because those people might get it. Manipulation is everywhere. The key is, ask yourself, why are they manipulating my emotions here? Why are they getting me to imagine this? Why are they getting me to do this? Use this to calm the emotions down and think about it rationally. And if you're thinking, oh, maybe should I, shouldn't I? There will always be another chance to get it later. So always say no. You can always say yes another time when you've thought about it calmly, which is exactly what they don't want you to do. That's just a brief look at anti-manipulation. There's loads more of it in the book, but hopefully it gives you an insight into how easily we can be manipulated to buying what we don't want or don't need.